Hi, everybody, and welcome back for another chapter of Sri Nisargadatta Maharaja's I Am That. Today, we will be looking at chapter 69. By meeting people and watching them, one comes to know oneself also. It goes together. It does not necessarily go together. One improves the other. It does not work that way. The mirror reflects the image, but the image does not improve the mirror. You are neither the mirror nor the image in the mirror. Having perfected the mirror so that it reflects correctly, truly, you can turn the mirror around and see in it a true reflection of yourself. True as far as the mirror can reflect. But the reflection is not yourself. You are the seer of the reflection. Do understand it clearly. Whatever you may perceive, you are not what you perceive. I am the mirror, and the world is the image. You can see both the image and the mirror. You are neither. Who are you? Don't go by formulas. The answer is not in words. The nearest you can say in words is, I am what makes perception possible. I am what makes perception possible. The life, the supreme, beyond the experiencer and his experience. Now, can you separate yourself both from the mirror and the image in the mirror and stand completely alone, all by myself, all by yourself? No, I cannot. How do you know that you cannot? There are so many things you are doing without knowing how to do it. You digest, you circulate your blood and lymph, you move your muscles, all without knowing how. In the same way, you perceive, you feel, you think, without knowing the why and the how of it. Similarly, you are yourself without knowing it. You are yourself without knowing it. There is nothing wrong with you as the self. It is what it is to perfection. It is the mirror that is not clear and true, and therefore gives you false images. You need not correct yourself. Only set right your idea of yourself. Learn to separate yourself from the image in the mirror. Keep on remembering, I am neither the mind nor its ideas. I am neither the mind nor its ideas, nor its concepts, nor its images. I am neither the mind nor its ideas. Do it patiently and with convictions, and you will surely come to the direct vision of yourself as the source of being, knowing, loving, eternal, all-embracing, all-pervading. You are the infinite focused in a body. Now you see the body only. Try earnestly, and you will come to see the infinite only. Keep on remembering. I am neither the mind nor its ideas. I am neither the mind nor the imagination, nor the images, nor the concepts. I am nothing perceivable or conceivable. Do it patiently and with convictions, and you will surely come to the direct vision of yourself. This is what we want, the direct experience of reality, of our absolute supreme self as the source of being, the source of being, the source of life. You are the absolute supreme reality, the Parabrahman, the source of being, the source of knowing, loving, eternal, birthless, deathless, changeless, all embracing, all pervading, universal and beyond. You are that. You are the infinite reality, the infinite focused in a body. Now you see the body only. Try earnestly, and you will come to see the infinite only. You will come to that place where Nisargadatta was, where you can honestly say that I am everything and I am nothing. Love says I am everything. Wisdom says I am nothing. And between the two, my life flows. The experience of reality, when it comes, does it last? All experience, mundane, spiritual, sacred, secular, all experience, all coming and going, is necessarily transient. But the ground of all experience is immovable. The ground of being, Parabrahman, immovable. Nothing that may be called an event will last. But some events purify the mind and some stain it. This is why it's so helpful if we can live a clean and pure life to whatever degree that is possible. Not in judgment, not in arrogance, of course. Just trying to be more loving, more healthy, more simple and pure. These events will purify the mind. That is why many gurus will give mantras to be repeated, or why we sing kirtan and bhajans. All of the, or we do service, of course, it helps the others, but it also helps our own beingness to purify the body, mind, spirit. Light and love, light and love. Fill your life with love, light and love and service and truth. And it will cleanse your beingness. If you fill it with light, the darkness won't stand a chance. Everything dissolves in love. Everything dissolves in love. Moments of deep insight and all-embracing love purify the mind, while desires and fears, envies and anger, blind beliefs and intellectual arrogance pollute and dull the psyche. Moments of deep insight, inquiry, and all-embracing love purify the mind. Love and insight, wisdom, self-inquiry, seeking the truth within and without, the relative truth and the absolute truth. Truth is beautiful on all levels and in all expressions. No matter what you're doing, the truth is always that which resonates most passionately, strongly, vividly. It has that stamp of reality upon it. This is the truth, and the truth will set you free. Even if the truth is ugly or bad, it is beautiful because it is the truth. Allow the truth to liberate every aspect of your being. Be honest with yourself. It starts here and it ends here. Actually, it's all an inside job. Be honest with what you see in your mind. Don't take it so personally. Be honest with your behaviors. See yourself clearly in your entirety. and go deeper and become aware of that which is seeing. When we say mindfulness, there's a lot of mindfulness these days. We want to be mindful. What are we really saying there? We want to bring that which is unconscious into conscious awareness. But don't stop there. Also, bring the attention to the attention, awareness of awareness. Gate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. Deeper, deeper, beyond, beyond. Don't stop. Don't stop until, until grace demolishes or destroys every sense of progress, if that even happens. I don't know. In other words, don't you be the one that stops. If life stops you, if grace says, this is it, then that's fine. But don't settle. Don't find a cul-de-sac, as comfortable or as noble or as wonderful or as loving as it may seem. That doesn't mean don't rest. Always rest. Even while you're seeking, rest. Why would you not rest? Why would you be anxious when you are the Parabrahman? When you are the absolute reality now, even if you don't know how or why, it is true. So rest and relax and go deeper. Go deeper. Go deeper into the silence and stillness, into the void. And in the void, there will be no self, no identification whatsoever. Complete emptiness, but emptiness that is full to the brim. And stay there and don't come back. Is self-realization so important? Without self-realization, the little you, the person, will be consumed by desires and fears. Consumed by desires and fears, repeating themselves meaninglessly in endless suffering. Sounds like hell. Most of the people do not even know that there can be an end to pain. But once they have heard the good news, obviously going beyond all strife and struggle is the most urgent task that can be. What else could be more important than ending your suffering, than ending the suffering of all sentient beings everywhere, of realizing the absolute eternal truth of yourself and of all beings and of reality, of the world, of manifestation. You know that you can be free, and now it is up to you. This is the admonishment of Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. You know that you can be free. You know it now. And now it is up to you. As much as you can, do what you can to remove the shackles that you have bound yourself to or with. Either you remain forever hungry and thirsty, longing, searching, grabbing, holding, ever losing and sorrowing, or go out wholeheartedly in search of the state of timeless perfection, to which nothing can be added, from which nothing can be taken away. In it, all desires and fears are absent, not because they were given up, but because they have lost their meaning. If you come to see the truth of your own true nature, the vastness the essence of what you are, these little desires and fears, they will have lost their meaning. And if you don't give them meaning, they become, well, they are empty, and they are seen as empty, perceived as empty. And then it doesn't matter if they are present or not present, because they are empty. You see that they can no longer do anything for you. They can't give you anything that you aren't already. Realizing the fullness of your true nature. Whether or not there is a person or not a person, is an ego or not an ego, doesn't matter anymore. Because it's been seen through. You can see the emptiness of this appearance, this process. It's so small and unsatisfying and limited and false. When you see that, it doesn't have to, the movie doesn't have to end. There's no need to escape that which has no meaning, no power, no purpose, no substance. It's empty. Empty, empty, empty. Everything is empty. Right now, always, already. This is empty. Nothing. Appearing as everything. Nothing. Appearing as everything. So there's literally nothing out there worth anything to grasp or to hold. It's all here in your heart, here in this now. God has never left you. The beloved has never left you. It's impossible. You have always been one with God here and now. You and God, you're like this. Seems like two, actually one. God has always been with you. Feel the presence of the divine, of that which we call God. Feel the energy. Feel the aliveness, the consciousness, the intelligence, the creativity, the potential. Sense it, feel it, be it. In any moment, you can surrender to something greater than the small, limited that's appearing. Why not? Why not? And sometimes it's not that we're anti-small. That's not it either. Sometimes the smallest thing. These days, there's a little kitten that we bring in that's outside, living outside. We bring it in and we feed it and we hold it. It's a tiny little kitten. It's the sweetest thing. And it's just holding this little kitten, natural, simple, love, caring, purring. So when you see reality, when you really see it, then you can find it in a blade of grass. You can find it in a grain of sand. You can find it in your very breath, in your inhalation and your exhalation. That is God, even closer to you than your breath. Because at some point, the breath will leave the body. And the body will leave you. You will not leave the body, but the body will leave you. And the space remains. The space is untouched and eternal. unchanging, always present, always present. Can you escape here and now? Can you get out of here and now? No. You are here and everywhere. You are now and forever. So far, I have been following you. Now, what am I expected to do? What do you want from me? Nisargadatta says, there is nothing to do. This is not about doing. This is about being. This is not about becoming. This is about being what you cannot not be, as Carl Wren says. Be what you cannot not be. Stop resisting what you are and stop trying to be what you're not. So simple. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, no one to be, nothing to understand, no knowledge to be grasped, no experience to be had. Anything that takes time to acquire or to get must be false. For the truth must always be present here and now. God must be here and now. If God is true, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. God is the totality of consciousness. God is what is. God is this. So God must be accessible in every moment as the moment. The moment itself is an expression, the perfect expression of oneness. And you are that. There is nothing to do. Just be. Nisargadatta says, the goal of spirituality is to be, and you cannot stop being. It's the easiest goal to attain because you are forever doing it. You are forever being because you are pure being. Pure being. I am. Just sit, rest as I am. Notice that life is doing everything. Life is breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Life is sitting. The heart is pumping. The lungs are breathing. All of the many functions and processes are happening all by themselves. You have nothing to do. Literally, you have nothing to do. And ultimately, of course, there is no separate you. There is no entity. There is no self. If there is no self, then what is here? What is moving its arms and speaking these words? Life. Life is living you. Life is living life. And the source of life is Parabrahman, the absolute supreme reality. Because it is, which you are, life is. Without the supreme, nothing else would be possible. And you are the absolute supreme. These may seem like big words. So verify it for yourself. No matter what teacher or guru says to you, it's not enough just to take their words, or maybe it is. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it just clicks, it pops. But many times it's not enough just to take the words as concepts and just believe them. Okay, I believe you. It's the beginning. It's the first step. It's great that you believe the guru, a true guru, but it's not enough. You must discover it for yourself. You must verify their words and see, is it true? Am I awareness? Am I always here? Is it true that thoughts are coming and going all by themselves? Is it true that I'm not this self-image? This self-image I've been protecting and caring so much about for so long? Where is the ego if you're not thinking about it? Where is the person? This so-called great person, if you're not thinking about it? Unperceived, it's absent. It's not there. The ego can only exist, appear, if you're thinking about it. Me, 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 me. What about me? What about me? All of that thinking, self-concern, me thought, me and mine. This is me and this is mine and me, 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 me. Then it's there conceptually. Not absolutely, but conceptually, we feel it, we sense it. We have a story about it. And it has a past, the historical person that has a past, and it has a future. It hopes it has a future because it wants to continue. What will happen to me in the future? But Nisargadatta is simply saying, stop paying attention to this little me. Or if you are going to pay attention to it, fine, but see what it actually is. False. The little me can be, kind of entertaining. It's dancing up there and worrying and hoping and fantasizing and whatever it is it's doing, just see it for what it is, that it's not you. It's not your ultimate truth. How could it be when you, as the awareness, are watching it? I'm aware of this little personal self. So how can I be that self if I am the awareness of that self? And when that little self comes and goes and changes, how is it that I am still here? How is it that I'm always here? I am, I am, I am. I do not seem to come and go. I do not seem to appear and disappear. I always am. There is nothing to do. There's nothing to do. Just be. Even that feels like too much. Just be. How can you not be? How can you tell us, Nisargadatta, to be? We're already being. We are pure being. Do nothing. Be. Be all that you can be. No climbing mountains. Ah, 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 and sitting in caves. Okay, here I am in the cave. I am going to achieve something. I am going to get something. I do not even say be yourself, since you do not know yourself. Just be. Having seen that you are neither the outer world of perceivables nor the inner world of thinkables, that you are neither body nor mind, just be. I am nothing perceivable or conceivable, nothing outer nor inner, neither body nor mind. I am pure presence. I am pure consciousness. I am pure awareness. I am pure being. There is no I. Or, as Ramana Maharshi said, the small I, discovered, dissolves, disappears, and what remains? The absolute I. I am. Surely there are degrees of realization. There are no steps to self-realization. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps. How many more steps do you need? How many steps have you taken? How many levels have you achieved? How much farther do you have to go? How much more effort do you need to exert before you become that which you've always been? There is nothing gradual about it. There is nothing gradual about it. It happens suddenly and is irreversible. Just like that fruit, it ripens, and it falls off the tree, falls off the branch. Like that. It just falls off the branch. And that piece of fruit will never run and climb back up the tree and onto the branch. It's done. Irreversible. It is the end of something that was never actually happening. When the me disappears, it is seen by no one that the me was never actually something. It was an illusion. A process, a verb at best. But it was never actual, you see. It was never the reality. Just like when you wake up from a dream, oh my gosh, that dream, as lucid as it was, as real as it was, you see that it never actually happened. And sometimes that's very disappointing, especially if it's a really good dream where you get everything you want and you're the king and you're famous and rich and surrounded with all the things you desire. And then you wake up, oh, it was a dream. It wasn't actually happening. Shucks. Better luck next time. But when this dream ends, it's a relief. No matter how good your dream was, no matter how good your person looked or your relative reality was, anytime you wake up to the greater reality, to the truth, how can the truth not be better than that which is false? That which is so much more vast and real and true. and meaningful in the real sense of the word. So don't be afraid to wake up from the dream. Remember, you can only lose what you are not. When you wake up from the dream, you will see that you were never that character in the dream. You were never the character. Anything you lose will be the false. And why would you want to hold on to that which is false or untrue? You rotate into a new dimension, seen from which the previous ones are mere abstractions. No longer abstractions. You have clear, direct seeing. Just like on sunrise, you see things as they are. So on self-realization, you see everything as it is. You see everything as it actually is. The world of illusions is left behind. The false is left behind. The dream is left behind. The unreal is left behind. And what remains? Truth. Truth. Natural truth. Uncontrived. Unmanipulated. Raw. Naked, authentic truth. What a relief. No more posing. No more pretending. Just be honest. Just be honest about what you truly are. In the state of realization, do things change? They become colorful and full of meaning? The experience is quite right, but it is not the experience of reality, but of harmony of the universe. Nevertheless, there is progress. There can be progress only in the preparation, sadhana, the spiritual practice. The realization is sudden. The fruit ripens slowly, but falls suddenly and without return. I am physically and mentally at peace. What more do I need? Yours may not be the ultimate state. You will recognize that you have returned to your natural state by a complete absence of all desire and fear. After all, at the root of all desire and fear is the feeling of not being what you are. Just as a dislocated joint pains only as long as it is out of shape and is forgotten as soon as it is set right, so is all self-concern a symptom of mental distortion, which disappears as soon as one is in the normal state. As soon as you are in the normal, natural state, self-concern disappears. Because why? There's no longer a separate self being perceived, imagined, or experienced. In the natural state, it is a selfless state. A selfless state. Free of self, free of the person, free of the character and all of its desires and fears. Yes, but what is sadhana for achieving the natural state? How do I do it? Hold on to the sense I am, to the exclusion of everything else. Hold on to the sense I am, to the exclusion of everything else. When thus the mind becomes completely silent, it shines with a new light and vibrates with new knowledge. It all comes spontaneously. You need not hold on to the I am. Just like emerging from sleep or a state of rapture, you feel rested, and yet you cannot explain why. And how come you feel so well? In the same way, on realization, you feel complete, fulfilled, free from the pleasure-pain complex, and yet not always able to explain what happened, why, and how. You can put it only in negative terms. Nothing is wrong with me any longer. Nothing is wrong with me any longer. It is only by comparison with the past that you know that you are out of it. Otherwise, you are just yourself. Don't try to convey it to others. If you can, it is not the real thing. Be silent and watch it expressing itself in action. Be silent and watch the realization express itself in action. Okay. Wow, great chapter. Thank you, Nisargadatta Maharaj. Jaya Bhagavan, 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 Jaya Bhagavan. Last night I was at a Guru Purnima celebration. And so I just want to take a moment to recognize Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj as my Satguru. I love you so much, Nisargadatta. Your words are priceless. So Thank you, Nisargadatta, for blessing us, for blessing humanity, for blessing the One. You have entered into our dream to remind us, to show us that we are dreaming, and you are showing us the way to wake up from this dream, to wake up out of our suffering and into a greater reality, which is vast and full of love, where everything becomes loving and lovable, and where we realize ourselves as affectionate awareness, where love says, I am everything and everyone, and wisdom says, I am nothing perceivable or conceivable. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Namaste.